On today's episode, I'll do a speed round on what's current, and I also want to spend some time talking about affordability versus comfortability. When you're looking to buy a home, I'm often asked, how much can I qualify for? But this number is often far different than what that family is comfortable paying for each month. We're going to talk about the sweet spot between those two numbers and also why having a slight pain in your payment could actually be a good thing. So let's get into it. My name is Mark. Welcome to the Gentleman Broker Mortgage Brief. We're at the end of April. The weather and the market is getting warmer. Here's a quick recap of what's happening right now. The national average 30-year fix still hovering around 6.2%. Sellers are missing the mark on pricing, with 35% of listings cutting their prices at some point before they sell. 65% of home builders are indicating material costs are rising due to increased gas prices. The National Association of Realtors just put out two reports. One that says the average retirement savings people have from 21 to 64 is $40,000, while the estimate people need for retirement is more than $1.25 million. And the second report is that more than half of Americans over the age of 70 who buy a home are still relying on a mortgage. All right, speaking of mortgage, I was going to talk to you about mortgage payments and how a little bit of pressure can be a good thing. How much home can I buy? That's the question that most buyers ask first, and it's an important one. To determine this, we look at your income, your credit score, your monthly debts, and your cash reserves. This allows us to calculate your debt-to-income ratio, which gives us your maximum allowable monthly payment. That number is then converted into a loan amount. Then we layer in your down payment, and voila, you get your pre-approval amount. Now, let's just say that max pre-approval amount has a payment of $3,000 per month. That's the top of the range. But maybe right now you're used to paying $2,300 a month in rent. So naturally, the next question becomes, what price keeps me close to what I'm already comfortable paying? So we run that number too. I find that most buyers want to see the max, then they want to see what feels safe, and then they settle somewhere in between. When I talk with buyers, what I like to find out is, what are the buyer's purchase habits? Is traveling important? Is eating out important? What quality of life and what spending power does that buyer want to maintain after home ownership? This gives us a really good sight picture of what monthly payment is likely the best. This converts to the home price they can comfortably shop for. Because the goal isn't just getting into a home, it's staying in control of your life after you do. Now, I mentioned earlier a slight pain in payment is where I believe most buyers should fall into, and let me explain why. When I say a slight pain, I'm not talking about being stressed. I'm not talking about struggling. What I'm talking about is just enough pressure to grow. Here's why I believe that matters. It's all about leverage and behavior. Real estate performs well over time for two main reasons. One, leverage. You're controlling a large asset with a small down payment. And two, behavior. It's not easy to exit, and that actually is a good thing. With stocks, people can and do panic sell. With real estate, you're committed. It's harder to exit, and there is sometimes an emotional attachment. That commitment forces consistency, and consistency builds wealth. Again, obligation versus option. Let's break it down. You make $6,000 a month before taxes. Scenario one, your mortgage is $2,200 a month. You have options, eating out, travel, upgrading your car. Scenario 2, you stretch it a little bit. Now your payment is $2,600 a month. That extra $400 didn't disappear, it was redirected. So instead of spending, you're building equity. And when you choose the higher price point home and a higher monthly payment, that higher purchase price means more appreciation over time and more leverage working in your favor. The question isn't just what's comfortable today, it's what positions me better 5, 10, 20 years from now. That slight discomfort, it often reduces unnecessary spending, pushes you to grow your income, and increases your long-term wealth. But there is a line, and crossing it turns pressure into stress. The goal is not to max out, it's to be intentional with your discretionary spending. You don't need the biggest house you qualify for, you need the one that aligns with the life you're building. Qualification tells you what's possible. Comfort tells you what's sustainable. A healthy compromise in the middle, that's a wealth strategy. If you have questions about home affordability, want to apply for a home loan, or simply want to see your numbers, you can reach out to me at thegentlemanbroker.com. That's a wrap for this episode. With that, I will leave you with another quote by Seneca. It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more that is poor. This has been your mortgage brief for the week. For everyone watching, I hope today is the start of a productive week. I hope you're proud of the work you're doing. My name is Mark, and I am the Gentleman Broker.